Hello, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, the channel where I rant and I review. Man, we gonna have some good times right now because I'm gonna talk about video games, fam. I'm gonna tell the truth about video games. During the pandemic, the prices of video games were inflated. You know, people had nothing to do. People who didn't work, who were paid to stay home, they were playing games, man. You know, they were finding ways to pass the time. Action figures, Funko Pops, video games. But video games were the biggest thing that kept kids and adults sane during that particular point in time, whereas you couldn't go out. So during that time, all the prices were inflated across the board, you know, for every system. So whatever you was getting, Wii Sports, you know, for the Nintendo Wii was damn near $50 damn. So you sitting here thinking to yourself, like, man, this ain't gonna never change. These prices gonna be up here. Resellers, you know, people who were new to reselling was out there selling and selling all type of video games and stuff, having a good time, thinking that these particular predicaments won't change. You know, the environment for us people being home and they being able to resell to these people. Oh, guess what? That shit changed. These prices really flip-flopped. A lot of those resellers end up having to quit because they weren't equipped to deal with this stuff. Because now this shit sits. You see a lot of resellers, and this is not a dig towards resellers, but I have to use them as an example. Retro Rick, that's one. Phoenix Resell. Harry Tornado, he sell video games at times. Chase After the Right Price. These cats sell video games. Cody with a K. There are a lot of people out here that sell games, man. And they're sitting on this. Austin Heroics, he's sitting on video games. The thing is, the stuff is not selling as fast as it used to on eBay. There's too many resellers selling video games. So the thing is, it's becoming stagnant. People are choosing who to buy from, what deals to get. It's just like with anything. But honestly, the market peaked during the pandemic. What's happening now, there's a subtle decline. It's been declining for a minute. NES games were at a premium during the pandemic. Now they're back to pre-pandemic prices. You can find NES games for $3 fucking. Dude, before you couldn't even find not even a horriblest game for $3. Dude, I'm just being honest. Now, you know, you can find just about anything if you put your mind to it. My wife was like, hey, if you wanted to, you know, collect video games again, how hard would it be? I said, it wouldn't be that hard. I said, because the things out there, the prices done changed again. Once your prices change, man, it's an open cadre. You are able to do just about anything at this particular point in time, man. When you start looking at everything that you collect, you start looking at the stuff that you got, you start realizing that, I could do this. GameStop tried to reimagine video games. You know, they say, hey, look, we weren't collecting, you know, we wasn't using old video games at first. You know, but again, now they are. They want that market. But GameStop is actually failing right now. They're not doing as good as business as you think they are. What's happening right now is a lot of their stores are closing too. When you start seeing stores close, this is something that you should look at. Mom and pop video game stores, they may take your trade in, but you getting store credit. You ain't getting no cash out of them. And they don't know when they'll be able to give you cash. People bought all these expensive games, you know, during the pandemic, like Pokemon Box and, you know, Rule of the Rose on PS2, just all kind of stuff, man, and realize that you can't get rid of this shit right now. And if you get rid of it right now, you're going to take a huge loss. Why? Because the market has shifted. You know, games that are still pricey, but there's nobody buying. You know, that's the thing that we're looking at. You have to be very careful with all the stuff that you're doing here in the video game industry. There are too many resellers right now. There's too many people selling games. And this is why the market is stagnant. You got people everywhere who just got in, man. I'm gonna do what I see Phoenix Resell do, or Retro Rick, or Pixel Game Squad, or Chase After the Right Price, or Cody with a K. You know, or Austin Heroics, I'm going to do this. You know, I'm going to get me a glass case and put my games in there. You know, I'm going to tell you something. It don't work like that. If you look at Gamer Aimer, she has a gigantic game room. But one thing about that, man, to me, it's a lot of stuff. And her collection is based on what she likes to collect. Now, when I first started collecting video games, man, I have to say I had collected stuff from the 70s, like the Atari, the Coleco. And I realized once I play them, they really don't have no replay value for me. So I was like, man, next time I collect, I'm going to just start at the Nintendo or the Sega, and go from there, because those games still have play value for me. The TurboGrafx 16 and all those still have replay value for me. A lot of collectors, as far as Generation X, man, a lot of those are pretty much either selling their collections or just walking away. You don't have a lot of new generation people buying games like we did. A lot of games are going digital. Physical media is dying out. It's been dying out for years, man. And a lot of things that a lot of people don't understand is no one paid attention to that. These situations have been changing over a period of time. We've been stuck with a certain amount of things, man, and we trying to make it work. And I think we should keep making everything work, man. We got so much here. We're doing so much. We need to make sure that everything that we do count. I was looking at some of the older video game consoles if I wanted to go get them right now, or some of the, one-off, say, Super Nintendos or Sega Genesis, or what I meant was one-off Xboxes or PS5, PSs. Man, you know what?